Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 5 Tips and Tricks for Careers in Athletics. I am your host, Dr. Moyne College, with my all-time most favorite, most wonderful, most special co-host, Jen Albanese. Hi, Jen.
Hello. Hi, Maury. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. How are
We've
you
got
today?
Great. We got a guy that we've known for a long time.
Oh my
You've known him
gosh.
much longer than I have.
Yeah, it's a very long time.
Coming to podcast, Joe Tesori. His dad is a Hall of Fame golfer. He's
Yes.
kind of followed in those footsteps, doing stuff with golf, and a coach, and just has a lot of insight on doing some different things in the world of golf. So I'm looking forward to hearing his tips and tricks coming up here.
You know, golf is one of my faves, so I'm excited for this conversation, and he's the best. So we're excited to chat with him. So
okay, so I have a serious question for you. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Did you know you were getting a sixth of a cow this Sunday? So do you want to set up the story?
Yeah. Okay, so it's a good question. So our father-in-law and mother-in-law decided to buy a portion of a cow, and I guess it's common for people to do that, like to
just not for you. It's not common to you.
No, I've done that before. So it's common, like I guess, for people like you can get like really good meat from a cow, and it's probably a little more affordable than just buying it weekly. And so my husband obviously says to me, I think, my mom and dad are going to get a cow and we're going to get a portion of it. I'm like, okay, like whatever that means. All right. So apparently this past weekend, they went to go pick up the meat from the cow.
An hour away.
Yep. And then they were going to split it up between their house, give some to John and I, and give some to you and Liz. So I'm like, okay, John's like handling it, figuring it out. I didn't know like what the amount that was coming, I think.
Yeah. 110 pounds of meat.
Okay. So you need to fill in now from your side of it.
So I guess John knew about it in somewhat of advance. We found out that Sunday morning when the cow was arriving. And so my wife is
like they were pulling up a cow up your driveway.
We are driving to a lacrosse tournament for my daughter, and my wife is having this conversation with her mother going, what's going on? What do we need to clear out our freezer for? So yes, we had to make so during the lacrosse tournament, we're strategizing about, we're trying to find out. First, no one knew how much meat was arriving. So we're figuring out the poundage of this meat. We find out it's 330 pounds of meat. So we're estimating that we're going to get 110 pounds. And now I'm trying to calculate out the square footage requirements of my freezer at this lacrosse tournament.
Only you would do this.
I'm trying to see what is our ratio to freezer space that we have. So that day became crazy too, because Lucy had a cheer practice. Then she was back to the lacrosse tournament. So Graham couldn't take all that. So I'm coming back home with Graham, and Liz is getting a ride. We're like getting people to bus us around. And then I'm going home and I'm cleaning out my outside freezer. And I'm like, I'm hoping this fits 110 pounds of meat. Like I'm trying to think of what 110 pounds looks like. Luckily, my in-laws showed up. We fit it all in. I had a perfect spot for them.
So you calculated nicely. Then there was us just literally taking stuff out and throwing it like into our freezer inside our house. And I was like, well, I don't know. You got to just try it. I don't know.
It was cathartic because I got to clean out that part of the freezer. So there was like a nice part to that. I do want to say, I asked your husband what you guys were going to do with all this meat, thinking like, and he's a good chef, thinking he's going to like give me a list of things. Evidently, you're just making tacos. He's like, tacos. He
literally told the kids we're going to have tacos like for the next 6 months. So
6 months, 6 years, 6 years of taco. How many tacos? You know how many tacos that would be out of 110 pounds of meat?
We should take pictures and post it on our social of like what our freezers look like right now.
I took a picture during the process, so I can send that out.
But I will say, a shout out to our mother-in-law, made delicious meatloaf.
Very good.
It was fantastic with this meat. So
we might be joking about it, but we do appreciate it. So we will say we appreciate it.
And we love it. And we love them very much. So yeah. So thanks for the cow. We appreciate it.
So I don't know how to move on to that more than to say we're looking forward to Joe after this. So please come back after these messages.
Are you a loyal 5 Tips and Tricks podcast listener? If not, now is the time to start. Get all your info and fun content on the podcast by following us on all our social channels at @AthCareerPod. The 5 Tips and Tricks podcast is a part of Athletic Career Consulting. Make sure to reach out to us. The one-stop shop for everything is our website, www.athcareer.com. Remember, follow and like us on @AthCareerPod, rate and review us, and get all your info at www.athcareer.com. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Maury, would you like to introduce our guest today?
Absolutely. Today's guest has built an impressive career in golf, first as a standout player, then as a decorated coach, and now as a leader in the PGA world. After graduating from Jamesville-DeWitt High School in 2004, he starred at Moyne College, earning Northeast 10's Conference Player of the Year honors and helping lead the Dolphins to their first NCAA National Championship appearance. He went on to earn his master's from Cortland State in 2012 and coached the women's golf team there for 8 seasons. Under his leadership, the program set 8 school records, made its first trip to the NCAA Championship, and he was twice named Coach of the Year. Following in the footsteps of his PGA Hall of Fame father, he now serves as the executive director of the PGA Reach CNY Foundation, the philanthropic arm of Central New York's PGA, and is an assistant men's and women's golf coach at his alma mater, Moyne. We're very pleased to welcome Joe Tesori. Welcome, Joe.
Thanks, guys. I
Hi,
appreciate
Joe.
it.
How are
Good
you?
seeing you guys. I'm great.
It's crazy. Joe goes back with us so far. His mom was
know.
like a staple in the athletic department.
Yeah, I remember getting on the dome. I remember climbing. That was a 21-year-old intern. It was amazing.
Isn't it the best?
It was great. It was awesome. I loved working there.
Yeah,
It was great.
it's those memories.
Yeah. I mean, and Joey and I go back even farther. Our dads have known each other forever and ever. So lots of little connections there that is really, really cool. So this is exciting to have you. So thank you for doing this.
It's that golf world. It's that small golf world up in Central New York.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is. You know everybody.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, we'd love to hear some of your tips. So start us off.
Yeah, I've seen obviously a lot of your prior episodes, and one that really kind of stands out to me is "Be Where Your Feet Are." I think there's obviously different acronyms that I've heard, but "Be Where Your Feet Are" is something I saw a few years ago, and I think obviously you guys can speak more to it, but I think in this career of professional sports or athletics or whatever it may be, you're always looking at different opportunities or different, locations or different, whatever it may be. And I think that in order to get to those places, you have to, succeed at your current role or your current opportunity. So I think just being more present with where you're at rather than looking at, that job or that opportunity or whatever, I think is really grounded me these last few years, because I'm pretty blessed to do what I do. And I think that the more that I've gathered how to just be more present with everything, not just with my career, but with my family and everything, has really just grounded me and kind of kept me, searching for that goal that we all try to obtain of just doing the right thing and succeeding in our workforce.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how hard sometimes people have it of like they're just always searching for the next thing, and that can so often just be so distracting. But I love how you threw in there of like that includes family and how that includes more of your life, because I think a lot of people don't think of that component. And when you say be where your feet are, it's always right to like my job. And the reality is it's like it's a culture, it's a full world of things. And if you're not present in everything that you're doing, it doesn't lead to good things.
It doesn't. And I think, the cell phone is a gift and a curse. I mean,
yes.
my wife and I try to every single, New Year, we try to just limit our screen time or, something. It's just little things that, because your kids that they see you on your phone, it's not good. It's not good for them. It's not good for you. And I think I just have to keep doing a better job of just leaving my phone somewhere when I get home and just,
Same.
try to, it's hard, but I think it's something that, we can always do better at, new world
Yeah.
problems, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it speaks to like, being present, like you said, like having those times. Like for me, I try to, when I get home from work, like even if I have to put it on like a charger or something, like in a different room. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm present with what's happening with the kids right now. And
Right.
that's something to be said at work too. Like if you're in a meeting, it's good to be present in the meeting. Put your phone down, pay attention to what we're talking about,
Right.
be engaged in the meeting and be present in your job, because you can only be successful when you're like fully engaged with what you're doing, and then
Yeah.
that will just lead to different results, a better opportunity here and there. But if you're always just like, hey, what's the next thing I can do, or I'm only doing this so I can get a different job or this,
Right. Right.
there's not a lot of success there. So
No.
I love that one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I think too, the one of the other things too is just like, I try to walk around the neighborhood every single night with my kids without my cell phone. And it's
Yes.
Yeah.
it's,
Yes.
unfortunately, one time I needed my cell phone.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I think just walking around and just, you don't really get that, away from that screen. And I think that's just kind of helped me and my kids just, because I'm with them and they don't have a phone. So,
Right.
Yeah.
and I'm going to try to ride that train of not giving them
Oh.
the phone for a long time. So,
Same. I will say though, like when I golf, I don't look at my phone as much.
Yeah,
Like if I'm out on the
that's
golf
great.
course, that's
Yeah.
like I'll have it there, but like you're focused
Yeah.
on that. So I will say
Yeah.
that's one activity that like if I'm doing it with my husband or my dad or somebody, like I'm focused on that and I'm not. So
On
that's a
that.
nice little perk about golf that they
Oh, yeah.
that makes me definitely be more present. So
Right.
Awesome. Great start.
Yeah.
What do we got for number 2, Joe?
The second one, I've used this in our staff kind of, I don't take criticism from someone I don't take advice from. I think something that, we deal with a lot of different professionals and different organizations and different people. And, sometimes something might not work out the way that we envision it or whatever it may be. But I think the quicker that I've realized I'm not trying to, hurt anybody or anything like that. I'm trying to do the right thing. And sometimes it just doesn't work out, whether it's something came up or whatever it may be. And in our space, weather always plays a factor. And, it can affect a lot of different things. But there's disagreements sometimes with people that we work with and people that, so I think the quicker I've realized that don't take criticism from people that I wouldn't seek out advice from, I think has really kind of helped me not be, ignore people or anything like that. Just,
Right.
I'm going to do I'm going to work with people that I want to work with. I'm going to work with, great people. And I'm so blessed that I get to work with great people. So I don't try to look at the negatives in my day-to-day operation, because there are some negatives, unfortunately, but I think there's negatives with everything.
Exactly.
And I just think that you have to just be mindful of that. And that's kind of helped me these last few years as I've grown and stuff. Just sometimes you got to take stuff on the chin, and that's fine. But sometimes you just, okay, I get it, and just move on. That's something that's helped me a little bit.
You can take it constructively, but don't have to internalize it. Like all those times it's like, okay, well, my mentor saying, hey, this is something you really should think about, is very different than a person that has no knowledge of whatever we're doing or doing this stuff and just kind of wants to be that kind of nagging factor or doesn't really want to work to stuff. And you have to weight those things a little bit differently, because I think you're right. If you listen to every person that's going to criticize things, especially in, like we were talking about, social media and phones, like if you take all this feedback and say, okay, this is what it is, there's just a lot of noise. And sometimes you have to sort through that. And it's good to kind of understand it. But if you, like you said, bring it to heart or internalize it, I just don't think it has the value that you're expecting.
Right. Right. I
I
agree.
feel like Jen deals with this all the time.
All
with
the time.
feedback.
I was just going to say, everybody feels like everybody can do your job. Like, I feel like that's across the board. Like, everybody's an expert now because they can look it up online. They can use some sort of resource they find on the internet, or from, like, everybody's an expert at everything.
Right.
Especially in my world, everybody thinks they can, you know, run a game day or do this
Right.
or have this great idea. And you just have to take everything with a grain of salt. Like, I just take it, like, I take it all in. Oh, thank you for that feedback. Thank you for that feedback. And then, you know, it's like, you can pick and choose what you feel like really makes an impact, or, hey, that's not a bad idea.
Right.
You know, you have your job because whoever, you know, hired you because they think that you are doing a good job and you can handle this. So you got to have a little confidence in yourself, take that feedback, and then be able to sort through and figure out the feedback that's actually beneficial for you.
Right.
Because
I can only imagine with golfers that are out there that think that they know how to do everything and they can tell you what to do with your job. Like I can't, that's gotta be a little bit overwhelming from time to time. I talked to a few greenskeepers that are like, it can be pretty tough.
Yeah. I think what's hard with our jobs is I work with, you know, we have 160 odd PGA members in our section, and I'm a PGA member, and you know, we run tournaments, we run events, we run initiatives, we run programs, whatever it may be. And everybody else is a PGA member. So if they might think they know how to do it better than we do, and that's fine. But you know, there's no ill will with anything. It's just, I think the quicker that we're all on the same, you know, path together as our staff, or, you know, whatever it may be, is better for everybody. But I always try to just, sometimes my staff gives me a hard time about it, but I just, if people treat me the right way, and I'm going to treat them the right way. I don't dive into he said, she said, you know, if somebody's nice to me, then I'm going to be nice to them. And I think that's something that has really helped me over the years. I try to see positives in people. I know that, you know, in coaching, especially, like you know, nobody tries to make a triple bogey. Nobody tries to make it. Nobody tries to three putt. Maybe, but
maybe that's the best they can do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. So I take that back. But
I'm really talking about me.
But you know, nobody tries to three putt from 10 feet. You know, and I think the quicker that, as coaching or whatever it may be, just understand that. Like, that's, I think, has really helped me just grow as a coach, and and obviously now as an executive director of a foundation. Just, we deal with a lot of different people, and sometimes their vision just might not be the same as yours, and that's okay. And, you know, that's okay. I think that's something that's helped me a little bit.
Awesome. Okay, number 3.
Yes, number 3.
Number 3.
I think this one is, I just ask questions. Just have humility. Just have an open mind. An open mind is something that I think these last 3-4 years I've really dived into a little bit more so than my prior years. Everybody thinks they know everything, and I think the quicker I realize to just ask for advice, you know, just ask for help. Just, I mean, you guys deal with a lot of interns, and we deal with a lot of interns, and I think that something that I struggle with our interns is they're afraid to ask those questions, or they're afraid to just, I can't stand when, if you don't know the answer, don't give it, you know, just
Don't make it up.
Just don't
make it up
because you're going to create so many more problems. And if you don't know the answer, it's just have humility with it. It's okay. You know, we work with a lot of committees, a lot of people, and a lot of people older than me. And, you know, like with Jen, your dad, you know, just they've been around the block. They know what's going on. They know. So, and to be honest with you, they love those calls. They love,
oh my God,
you know,
yes.
It's so you're not, I just think that the quicker that we've understood how to just, hey, what do you see there? What would you do this way? Would you do that way? It might be a completely different perspective, but if you just have that open mind with it, you might open a can of worms that you never thought you could in a positive way, in a positive way. And that's what I think, just having a little more humility in our day-to-day life has really helped me just grow and just kind of lean on people a little bit more than I have, because people are there to help. We deal with we work with great PGA professionals, and I love what I do. I love who I work with, and I love our PGA professionals, and we can't do anything without our PGA professionals, nothing. So we're all part of the same puzzle. And I think the quicker that you have some humility with your day-to-day life, can help a lot.
I mean, I say it all the time to our interns, like, ask me the question a million times instead of doing it wrong, or say, like you said, giving a wrong answer and making more problems. And I don't know if they believe me. I hope that people who are listening hear this, and it's not a bad thing to ask a question. No question is a stupid question. You hear everybody say that, but that's so the truth. Because like you said, it can turn into such a positive experience and open up so many other opportunities. So that's a really good one. And I think people are always afraid to do that. I really do, across all things. I really do. So
I think about our Q, the Q Screw training that we do for like our youngest internship type group. Like one of the first things we tell them is, if you don't know a question, what we want you to do is find somebody and help them get the answer. Don't just make it up. Don't just decide. Don't just like that's not helping you. That's not helping them. Like come to us so that we can help educate you if you missed out on something or don't know something, and that person's going to appreciate that you got them. Like, I don't know I think the way we say it is, I don't know that answer, but I know someone who will, and you take them to it. And then the other thing I've thought about recently is, and I feel like I've done this a lot more, especially with coaches, is, coaches will say things and they'll be very direct, and I'm leery of it and like have like some concern or something. And I'll be like, okay, well, what are you trying to accomplish? Just so I have a better understanding of what you're directing me to do. And sometimes they'll explain it. I'll be like, oh, I get what you're trying to do. And I can then say, have you ever thought about this? Or that makes a lot of sense. Let me do this. I have this resource over here that can really get what you want done and help them, because now I'm not just taking it as like, okay, it's just another thing again. I've tried to be more aware and tried to get some more understanding, because sometimes it doesn't come with context, and that's harder to do. So even like the older I've gotten, the more I've like, you know what, even if I think I might have a concept of what they're looking to do, let's get some clarity on this and figure it out.
Yeah, I think like surrounding yourself with people that, like, I don't know, we have a marketing team. Like, I don't know much about social media and that stuff, but they do. So ask those questions. And like with you guys, I have season tickets to the SU football, and there's so many. You guys do an amazing job, and there's so many. The chain of command is so, like, the first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter. and to the consumer, it just, oh yeah, that's good, that's cool, but like for you guys, there's so many check boxes, and if you give that wrong answer, it affects everything, and it affects so many problems, and now you're affecting the consumer. So I mean, you guys do an amazing job, and it's just, I don't think people that don't work in athletics or don't work in professional sports or whatever realize, they just see the end product. They don't realize 8 months prior you're planning. And then a snowstorm comes or whatever.
We're supposed to make it look easy. That's, I guess, the goal of it, which is
sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it doesn't, right? And sometimes it doesn't. And I think when it doesn't, it's just, that's where I think sometimes you learn it. I don't like making the same mistake twice, and I pride myself on that. And but again, you make mistakes. Like, it's just part of it. It's part of life,
Right. Yep.
Awesome. Okay. Number 4.
Yes.
And this is something that I saw a few months ago. It's just called, it was selective ignorance. And what it basically means is just, sometimes your opinion, you don't need to give it. And, we deal with a lot of committees, a lot of boards, a lot of, partners, a lot of sponsors. We deal with a lot of different people. And sometimes, like, I got I got my own problems to deal with. So I don't need to give an opinion if there's another problem. Like, you guys can figure it out. And I think that's what we just talked about, kind of surrounding yourself with people that are experts, and, just maybe your opinion doesn't really need to be said right now. And I think that that's part of the humility side of it. Like, we, our foundation is a separate entity than our section. There's a lot of things that I know about all of the entities, but sometimes I just, oh, what are we doing there? Oh, that's cool. Like I didn't know about it, but that sounds great. Like, and that's kind of, I just kind of selectively, I've been ignorant to certain things because sometimes you want to empower people. And we deal with a lot of interns from Syracuse. I have an interview tomorrow with a Syracuse University intern. And what I love with our interns and our capstone fellow, like, I've never been a fan of just having an intern, have envelopes and mail them and paper push and do all that. That doesn't do anything for them. It does nothing for me. It does nothing for our entity. So I try to empower our interns, empower our works fellows, like let them put their stamp on it, because it's only going to better, one, our organization, but two, their career. And the network is just so valuable. And I've tried to really empower our interns and let them, now obviously I'll be side by side with them for a lot of things, but let them put their spin on it, because anybody can just do normal intern work. But I think the more that you empower them, and maybe when you empower them, they do a poor job, then you fix it. Right. But,
then they can learn from it.
They can learn from it. Right. Yeah. I mean, you guys, I'm sure, have had amazing interns that have gone on to great careers, and, and some probably some weren't great interns. I've had poor interns.
We've all had not the great ones.
right. Which is fine. You learn.
They're always memorable for one way or the other.
Right. So, I just think that's been, sometimes it's okay to just not give your 2 cents. In
that couldn't be more perfect. Literally.
We don't really have much more to say than that, right, Jen?
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like stay in your lane sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just have to know when it's not the time to talk or not the time to give your opinion, like you said, because that's not your area of expertise.
Right.
It was funny. We were in a meeting today, and I was looking at some of the younger staff who were talking a lot, and I was like, wow, probably you just shouldn't have said anything right there. Like it probably didn't help. And it's not their fault. Like they don't realize that it wasn't, you don't need to fill the space all the time, right? You don't need to know that you're there. And that's something I think that's like hard when you're young. And then I feel like the older I've gotten, the more I've been like, I probably just need to select when I need to speak.
Yeah. And I think it just comes with experience to learn. It comes with experience. So I like that one. I don't think we've ever had that one said. That one's fantastic. I love that one.
Yeah. And it's, I always keep saying, our dog passed away about a year ago. And I say every day, I miss talking to him, because he never
talked back.
He never talked back. It was great.
He never put his 2 cents in.
No, it was great. He would have solved all these problems,
That's great.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, Jen, this is your
all right. So
your star power here.
Last one, Joe. What do you know now that you wish you knew then? So what do you know now at this point in your career that you wish you knew when you first started?
I just think it's going to be okay. I think that, bad times are going to pass. Good times are going to pass. I think the quicker I learned that everything's going to be okay. I've been fortunate to get some job offers. I've been fortunate to not get the job offer that I wanted. And it may have been frustrated at that time or whatever, but at the end of the day, what I've learned is just, it's going to be okay. It's going to be, you're where you are because of a certain reason or whatever you want to call it. And it goes back to be where your feet are. Just kill what you're doing. Just kill it and just focus on your end goal, and it's going to be okay. Like it's the sun's going to rise tomorrow morning. This too shall pass. When you have bad days, because we all have bad days. We all have bad days. And the quicker I realize this too shall pass, like that's really helped me a lot. When we have some hard days, just understanding that it's going to get better. And I think that the quicker I realize that, especially now, because now we're dealing with 23, 22-year-old interns, and now they're not getting we just had a works fellow not get a job that she wanted. And she really wanted it, and it just didn't work out, and she was upset. But I was kind of the one in her shoes many years ago, and I was upset. But now I'm kind of I didn't want you to go there anyways. I didn't like I had no good juju with that place. It wasn't good. And a week later she got another job offer, and now she's thrilled. Like, so I just, and she's 20, young, 23 years old, 24 years old. So I think that she learned the hard way a little bit, but we've all been there, and just understanding that the bad days are going to go away has helped me a little bit.
Oh, I needed that. It's been a week for me. So I needed that. It's funny. My boss was saying to me yesterday, like, the day's going to end. The day's got to end. Yeah. And another day will start. Like, so it's always good to put it into perspective that way, good or bad, everything keeps moving forward.
Right.
So.
Right. It's like golf, It's just like golf. Like, you're gonna.
It all comes back to golf.
You're gonna. I mean, you're gonna hit
good
it really
rounds
good
and bad
one day,
rounds, man.
and then you're gonna hit it so bad, and you're gonna be like, "What the heck just happened?" It's
even the best players in the world sometimes do not have good rounds. I mean, you can see that frequently now.
Scotty, just look at Scotty Scheffler. Sometimes you're like,
I know,
he's unbelievable, and then Ryder Cup, not great.
He was
in the hole.
But...
No, and so I think that's, and he's someone that I think is in his press conference, he's got some slack for what he said, but when he said, "You win the Masters and then it's over," like now I'm walking my kid around the block,
right?
And I think that he kind of has that great perspective. He played poor in the Ryder Cup, but
he's okay.
He's okay.
He's okay.
There's going to be another tournament. There's going to be another thing around the bend.
Right. He knows that this too shall pass. Like, we'll move on to the next thing. So
it's funny that you say that, because if you're an athlete and you take that mentality that a lot of athletes have to have on the field, your goalie, you let one in, you got to get back in there and hold it.
Let it go. Yeah.
You got to let it go. You're on an attack, on a line, on whatever sport, and you try to make a shot. You got to try and make that next one. And it's the same thing. It's the next time around, it could be different. You got to let it go beyond and get to the next part. So that's awesome. So bring it all back to sports, and
there we go. I love it.
It all comes back around.
It all comes back,
Joe, thank you so much for being here. It's great to see you.
Yeah,
yes, this is great.
Yeah,
I
you
love
guys
it.
do an amazing job. I love what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
I love what
Thank
you guys
you.
do at SU. It's amazing.
Thank you.
You guys are rock stars. So I appreciate you guys having me on this.
Thank you. Well, we thank you for doing this. Please tell Mom and Dad I said hi.
Yeah, absolutely. Say hi for us.
We miss your mom so much. Tell her that we miss her so much.
Yeah, I saw Pete the other day. Pete, so it's good seeing everybody. Yeah,
there you go.
I will.
Always holding it down up here.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Well, thanks everyone for joining. Please make sure to check out our socials. Jen, you want to tell where people are to find us?
Yes, make sure everybody's following us on all their social channels at AthCareerPod. And a new episode drops every Tuesday. So make sure you're listening and watching and liking and sharing and everything. We appreciate all the support. And thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
So see you guys.
If you like the 5 Tips and Tricks podcast, make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. You can rate and review us, including questions that may be answered on future episodes. The 5 Tips and Tricks podcast for careers in athletics is part of Athletic Career Consulting. Check us out at www.athcareer.com. Don't forget to follow and like us on your top social media platforms.